Hi there! New video after a long break. Today, classic Revell 1 to 72nd scale, Leopard 2 A6. In the box we have classic Revell parts. Tracks are plastic and some details are simplified. Let's start the work. Bat is made from flat parts, but they fit very well. I didn't add any aftermarket parts. I made small changes, like adding area blocks. I saw on the internet that this is like most important things on any vehicle what is on Ukraine. Painting I started with primer from Mr. Hobby. As a make color I use Tamiya XF67. I use technique that invites painting the gaps and lines first to make this more dark. Thanks to this, paint is not uniform and flat. Tracks. First I paint using Tamiya XF56 as a base color. Rubber blocks on tracks I paint individually using brush and Revell paint. Now I've made effect of wear and tear using brush and pencil. I achieve great result. It was hard to glue the tracks, common problem in Revell, but they still look much better than rubber one. Camo pattern I start making using the airbrush and very low pressure. patterns has two smooth edges. To make them more sharp, I use brush and sterile paints. I didn't use decals, but I make some marks using a brush and white colors and also blue and yellow to make the Ukrainian flags on the barrel and white cross. I really recommend this paint Vallejo Metallic for making the mirrors. The effect looks very amazing. The process of weathering. I start using very thin brush and gray paint and tapping on some corners to achieve like chipping effect. Now the oil paints as always. Some dots and I make nice stains. I add some color of the pattern to the spots to achieve the better color modulation, to don't make the color like too uniform. I add some black wash on mesh to pop up the details and the lines. Now is the part of view where I start making diorama. First I use the photo frame, what I bought for like $2, and then I make the using balsa wood stand to make more tall appearance of the model. I use a turret of the T-72 from Model Collect, very rare model, but don't worry, I use spare parts because in this kit I get like two or even three turrets from T-72, and I was thinking that maybe I will use this one on this project. So don't worry, maybe in the future the T-72 from Model Collect will be here in my video. It was my first time making this type of the paint job, like burn vehicle. So it was actually nice way to get the knowledge how to make it, and I can tell you that the first thing what you should do in the future to making the the elements like this is to just spray black paint there where you want to make the fire. Back to the landscape on diorama. I apply clay and I make some scratches on it to make surface more rough. Now I make some adjustment. I put the Leopard and the turret to see how it's gonna look like. I started making the vegetation, like the grass on the ground, using the old, very dry moss from the forest. I bought some vegetation on AliExpress. I can really recommend this because the prices are pretty low for very nice quality of the products. So you can use this vegetation in many ways. I make some the tree upgrade using PVA glue and quinoa trees. You can see it in my previous video when I make the T62, the diorama and BMP2, that the landscape was in the atom, but now I wanted to make it like more greeny. So this is the summer, either summer, so we need like green leaves on the trees. Some wet effect on diorama using the clear water to achieve potholes and more interesting appearance of the diorama, and then painting the sides of the structure black using the oil paint. And it was the last thing in this project. And also I protect all whole diorama using clear varnish. And it was all. Thank you. Bye. See you.